So, Swen, how's your day going aside from answering the same questions for hours over and over and over again?
Mm, I'm doing great, but when you do a movie that you're passionate about, that you like with a great group of people, you could spend all day talking about it. So it's fun because, we shot this a while back
Hmm.
and having all these interviews and these conversations, it brings back some of the good memories that we had on set. So it's actually nice to do all these things.
Is there any similarity at all between you and Georgios?
I think you bring a little bit of yourself to every character that you play, and I think there's some similarities. I think I bring a little bit of that smart assiness to the character.
And the title itself, High Rollers, is great. Did you know all along that it was called High Rollers as opposed to Cash Out 2 or anything like that?
No, so I mean, listen, we shot the first one and we got done, and a few months later, they're like, the edit looks wonderful. Let's do a second one. So we shot the second one before the first one even came out. And last year, the first one came out, and a couple months ago is when I heard that it's called High Rollers. I think they did a great job picking that name and not sort of making it Cash Out 1, Cash Out 2, Cash Out blah blah blah. Sort of having it being a sequel, but it is also a standalone movie. So you could, you know, see this movie without having seen the first one and you would still understand what's going on.
So you had no concept that this character could be played again.
No. And it was really nice to kind of get that call to say, hey, yeah, we're doing the second one. You want to come back? And obviously said yes right away. It's a great group of people working with John was wonderful, and the rest of the team is just a delight. So I said, tell me where to be and when, and I'll be there.
And where did you film the second one versus the first one?
Where we filmed it?
Yeah.
So the first one we filmed in Columbus, Georgia,
Hmm.
and the second one we shot in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Wow. Okay. So Columbus is kind of a small city, Biloxi kind of a small city, but both those are places that have great restaurants if you know where to look. Did you spend enough time in either of those places to go, hey, here's my morning coffee place, here's my brunch spot on the day off?
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to obviously, I live in Los Angeles, and then being able to go to these smaller towns and meet some of the people that live there and talk to them and kind of see what their favorite place is because the food in those places is wonderful. You find the right places and it's just incredible. And it's nice to talk to the local people that live there that know the spots. So I did spend a little bit of time on my free days sort of exploring and seeing what the culinary experience is all about.
Had you filmed in Mississippi prior to working on this film?
No, it's the first time I shot in Mississippi, and I've filmed in the South. I mean, I've shot in Atlanta and the southern part of Georgia before. It was the first time that I was actually in Mississippi. It was really nice. I mean, on my time off, drove over to New Orleans and got to see that. So there's a lot of beautiful and interesting places to see while you're down there. And they've got beautiful beaches. So it wasn't a hard place to film.
So this is a new movie to us, to you. You did one and two already. Are we allowed to know where we're going to see you next? Because IMDb does have you attached to things in the near future.
Yeah, I mean, there's always something new, something brewing. I worked on a pilot at the end of last year that hopefully will get picked up, and we'll shoot those episodes this year. There's always something
Oh,
coming, but until things are solidified and things are signed, everything's up in the air. Everyone's trying to put things together, and until the cameras roll or things are for sure, it's hard to say what's next. But there's always something next. I'm always working towards that next big film. I've been fortunate enough to have some things under my belt, so it's hopefully going to continue that way in the right direction.
without saying directly that there's a third movie of this sort coming, do any of these future projects involve John or Gina or Lucas or any of the great people that you worked with on the first two?
I mean, it's possible that, the third one will come. I mean, if the second one is a success, which I'm sure it will be, and people like it, then I'm sure there's no doubt that they will want to do a third one as well.
Got it. So two questions, and then I let you go. On the first one, all we know really about you all we, the fake news media, know about you is the acting and the producing work that you do, the behind the
Hmm.
scenes stuff as well. What's the main hobby or passion away from being in front of the camera and working behind it as well?
I think everything needs a balance in life, and I love to be outside. As far as,
Mhm.
I have a motorcycle. I go riding through the canyons on the weekends, enjoying the beautiful weather that we have in here in LA, and then just being handy. Funny side note, I just painted my bedroom a different color over the weekend. So there's always something fun and exciting to do, and it's just something completely different from what I do on a daily basis, just to sort of tap into a different part of my brain.
And then the other question, a hobby one of sorts, what's the last concert that you went to?
The last concert that I went to was the Rolling Stones.
In
I
LA?
saw the Stones in concert in Vegas,
Oh,
and it was incredible. I mean, the energy that Mick Jagger still has and that the band, I mean, look, if I can dance around like him at his age, I'll be more than happy because they put on one hell of a freaking show.
right. Do you remember who the opening act was on that one? Because sometimes the Stones have
Yes,
Metallica or something like that. Who was it?
it was Manskin.
Oh, from Italy. Okay.
Yeah. So I think it was like when they were first sort of coming to be. Well, I mean, they had probably already had a name. It was the first time I heard from them, and then I seem to have heard from them ever since. So they seem to be on a good trajectory, and they're a great band, fun to listen to.
Well, good to hear that you had a great last concert. Good to hear that the work is not stopping anytime soon and looking forward to those future projects. Thank you for your time, Swen.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, and hopefully I'll see you in the future.
Paltrocast.